Good morning, hello, welcome to the TriathlonDan YouTube channel. Welcome to another day of triathlon training. For the last couple of days, I've bored you about what's been going on for my car, and I'm afraid there's a little bit more of that. But I wanted to focus specifically on just the story of, like, I've had this car 7.5 years. It would help if I showed you. And throughout that time, firstly, when I got this car, I wasn't even interested in triathlon. Secondly, I've lived in a different area of the country, etc. So I bought this car 7.5 years ago. And I bought it because I was a petrol head, so I had a track car, really enjoyed going to track days, driving fast cars, etc. And I had like a track car, I had to keep road legal, so MOT it, tax, insurance, etc. And because I had to drive it to a track day. But if I got a car that I could tow it with, then I wouldn't have to do that. It mean I can make it a little bit more bonkers, not have to pay to keep it on the road and keep some things road legal, and go a bit more crazy. So that's what I did. Bought this, towed, borrowed a trailer, towed my car to a couple of track days, and then within about a year or so of doing that, Liz and I moved to Norfolk together, which meant that I had to do a little bit of growing up, sell the track cars and buy a house instead. Very boring, but that's just part of life, isn't it? So I'd bought this, I think it's 3 years old. I paid £7,250 for it, and I've had it 7.5 years, so I don't think it's done bad. Put a tow bar on it. Then when I progressed into the world of triathlon, obviously it was perfect to put bikes in. I had a bike rack on the back. I've used it for DIY. I've actually towed 2 or 3 trees out of the ground with a tow bar in the car on the street light. Absolutely giving it welly. It's been damaged, like intentionally several times. So you can see that somebody keyed the side there, and somebody keyed this corner as well, down there. Oh, I'm there. You can see where I've banged many a pedal on it, lifting bikes in and out of the car. The most major incident I had in this car was I actually put it in a ditch. So during a time 2 years ago, I was working in Loughborough but living in Norfolk. Yeah, I messed up, right? We were in the process of moving. So I worked 3 days a week in Loughborough. Then I was a retained firefighter 4 days a week in Norfolk. So I'd go up and stay with family for 3 days a week in near Loughborough, and then I'd drive back to Norfolk and sort of live there for a few days, checking out stood any poo. One late night, I was driving back quite tired. Wasn't really paying 100% attention and slipped off the road into a big old ditch. And you can't really see because the car's mucky, but there's a lot of like scuff marks all up the side where it was essentially in a big brush ditch. I'll try and drop a photo on screen now if I can find one. But it was a big old ditch, and I was ever grateful for one of my friends in the village who came and towed me out this far before, but it took some getting out. And yeah, here we are. I've driven over 100,000 miles in this car, and it's time to go. And I don't think I'm going to replace it or anything immediately, but watch your space. So yeah, I don't think anybody else gets emotionally attached to cars. I feel like I'm a little bit attached to it because it's been through so much with me, and it's been a constant. Like I remember knocking a wall down and absolutely filling it up with bricks and it being sat on the floor and taking that to the recycling centre, etc. Anyway, I'm going to go back home now. I'm going to get cycling stuff on. Go for a bike ride with Liz. That's more interesting, isn't it? Okay, so good afternoon. Bike ride time. We're just coming into Denby Village. If anybody has any Denby pottery, I believe it's made around here. Is that right? Is it actually?
Yeah, in Denby.
Okay, in Denby, there you go. So as you can probably see, Liz has joined me this afternoon, or I've joined Liz. And Liz, how you doing?
Good, thanks.
What are those things on the front of your bike?
Clip-on bars.
Thanks to Hannah, friend and subscriber, for sorting us out some clip-on bars. Do you want to give us a little demonstration? The extensions are very short, so they're not quite right for her, but
I really think I should do that.
Well, there's a car back, so maybe after that. Any time now. Hey, check that out. How does it feel?
Wobbly.
Wobbly.
I need some longer extensions.
Yeah, you'll get the hang of it. Yeah, so we're out for what, about 30 miles?
Yeah.
So probably two and a bit hours. We're not going into Derbyshire, so only about 4 degrees.
We are in Derbyshire.
Sorry, all right, we're not going to the Peak District.
Into the hills.
Yeah, so a bit of a different route, but still a nice one.
Yeah.
My bottom bracket's creaking, so that needs replacing, yay. Sorry, what am I in trouble for now, Liz?
Saying left ear on the left turn.
You had about 0.2 seconds warning. How much do you want? Into quite a steep hill after we were doing about 20 miles an hour. It was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah. I was quickly over to the little ring.
Yeah. What do you call those sunglasses, Liz?
Goggles.
Safety specs, you said earlier, didn't you?
Goggles.
You're not fully sold on them, are you?
I like them when they go dark when the sun's on them, but I don't like them when they're clear.
Yeah. Well, they're sort of half dark now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm finding myself telling Liz off for, well, many things, but one of them is going hard on hills. But the more I think about it, you say I'm not going that hard. I think it's because I'm heavy. I think I'm thinking you're going harder,
Yeah.
but you're actually not.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so shut up, Daniel.
Exactly, shut up, Daniel.
Anyway, on that note, we're going up a hill now, so we change down some gears. Oh, who's that? Look good. All right. So we've just gone up a hill that up until today Liz had refused to cycle, and you Liz. But we had a discussion at the traffic lights where we had to make a mind up whether we're coming this way home or another way. Got a bit heated. I thought she was going to lay me out in front of all the car drivers, but eventually get the hill a crack, and it was alright, wasn't it?
Yes, I just said in my head it was bigger than it was.
Yeah.
It was bad, it was 13%.
It was 13% in parts, wasn't it? Yeah, good. Anyway, another few miles and we're back home. In fact, actually, it's about a mile, so I ran over it. I'll probably end today's video there. Great ride, good to get out.
Yeah, it's chilly today.
Yes, 3 degrees
Back in the
Celsius.
winter clothes.
Exactly. But thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please do give the video a like. It helps other people discover the channel. And I'll see you tomorrow at 4 PM. Meow.